It's a celebration of Montana football past and present. Join us for the 10th annual Montana Pro Football Hall of Fame induction ceremony at the Billings Hotel and Convention Center. Come early and meet the Hall of Famers, get autographs, and take some pics. Try your luck with our raffles and have a chance to win amazing prizes like autographed footballs signed by Hall of Fame alumni. Don't forget to register for our golf tournament.
Hello, this is Tony Bodie, 2026 inductee, inviting you to Billings, Montana on June 27th for the 10th annual induction banquet.
When I was approached by a group of men, really right out of our national championship appearance, I think they saw NIL as an opportunity to continue to allow our program to grow. And it was very well thought out of. At the time, they didn't just come up with this on a whim. I think they studied other institutions across the country at all levels to be able to do it right, to be able to implement it the right way, align themselves ultimately with Blueprint after talking, I think, with several outside entities on how it should be managed. All our intentions with the Bobcat Collective are in the right place, and that's the most important thing. They're about continuing to promote our program, allowing our guys opportunities to help along with that. I think that's really important. It really, I think, has provided this give and take. Our guys are certainly benefiting from it, but then they're giving back at the same time, whether it's individual opportunities with particular businesses or just in general giving back through the collective to our community.
Well, it's now 109 ESPN Radio as well as SWX Montana Television and the ESPN MT app. Checking in now with the Montana State women's track and field team. They are the Big Sky Outdoor Champions, and we have three guests here today. Carolyn Hawks joins us for her second appearance here on the show. Sydney Brewster has been on before as well, and now her debut. Tilde Bjerager joins us as well. She was the most outstanding athlete, most valuable performer, and the freshman of the year. Three-peat for the freshman at Montana State. Ladies, thanks for being here. How you doing? Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, we're doing good. We're still on cloud nine.
I'm sure. So, Caroline, we'll start with you. First of all, you guys had a good cushion going into the 4x400 meters, but you guys put a stamp on it by winning that event, and it was so fun to watch the stream and watch you guys as it sort of settled in that you had won the championship. So take me through how you're feeling going into the relay, and then when you cross in first place with a great time and you realize, wow, we just won this thing in decisive fashion, what that moment was like for you and your teammates.
Yeah, we went down to warm up, and the word had spread that we were going to win, and that NAU had pulled all their girls from the 5K, so we had secured our win, and so we all kind of started to cry actually heading down to warm up. We were so excited, but our coach was still like, you need to focus on the 4x4. We want to finish this out with a gold medal. You get to focus on your events and get a win. So that's what we went to do, and there was a rain delay again, so we had to sit and wait again before the 4x4. But then we ran it, we did it so well, and we crossed the finish line, just so excited to have the whole team there. Everyone was chanting MSU, and everyone was just so excited.
Well, you mentioned the weather. Tilde, how were you able to stay mentally locked in? Because there was three different delays where you have to stop and everybody's got to go inside. So how do you sort of stay focused when there is so many different delays?
Yeah, no, definitely. That was definitely one of the main challenges, I would say. And for me personally, I got away with it pretty well. Like, most of my events was pretty much on time. There was definitely worse delay for other people where lightning struck right as they were getting in the blocks and stuff. But no, definitely before my race, it was just cold, I was wet, it was raining, and I just wanted to get it over with. But I think just being focused on what you wanted to do, and that being in the moment and knowing that this is still really important, even though the weather is what it is. And it was the same for everyone, so we were all in the same boat.
Sydney, take me through sort of your mentality coming in to this meet, because you were heavily favored in the shot put and one of the big contenders in the discus as well, but that doesn't mean anything when it gets to the actual outdoors. So how are you able to sort of channel it and come up with the huge marks like you did?
Yeah, I think definitely relying on the training that we've been going through, and I think coming from Oregon, I'm used to the rain, I'm used to training in the rain, so it wasn't really anything new for me. But definitely just going in there with the open minds of hey, it's just another meet, just throw your throw, you don't need to do anything special to win this.
Caroline, there was a cool moment when Libby Hansen and Tatum Richards shared the pole vault championship. And when they were on the ESPN Plus stream, Libby mentioned, like, hey, we came here to win this meet. And it's been a really long time. I was going through the record books, not just since 2003 for Montana State, but only NAU and Sac State has won this meet over the last 23 years. I mean, this is historic for everybody in the conference, for somebody besides Northern Arizona, basically, to win this thing. So what gave you guys the sense of belief that you could come in and take home the team championship?
I think our women's team is so close, and this is something that we have talked about as a team. Our team is really old. We have a lot of seniors, so this is something that we have talked about every indoor and outdoor conference for the last 4 years. And so I think for the last 4 years, we've been building this trust in each other, this confidence in ourselves, and then getting to this point where we've had an older team, the most talented team. And then honestly, I think on the day, we just kind of put the team scores aside and we all just focused on our individual events and what we could do towards the team, but we weren't too focused on what other people were doing or like who was missing points, who was getting more points. We were just doing what we could do and what we could do for the team, and then just leaving the rest to everyone else and trusting our team.
Because you guys have been close and in the mix, and I mean, have gotten second multiple times, do you think that was motivating for just the group, knowing that you were sort of knocking on the door?
Absolutely. Yeah, we've been second for every single year I've been here. So indoor and outdoor for the last 4 years. That's 8 conference meets that we've been, or 7 that we've been second for. So I think every year we've felt like we could do it. And every year we've gotten a little bit closer. And this just definitely was the year where we had the people to make it work. We had the points, the confidence. So.
Montana State outdoor track and field champions on the women's side. A trio of these standouts joining us here now. On Nuanez now. Sydney, you were, all your events were in the books before the team title was sort of decided. So do you just sort of just turn into a fan at that point? Or just take me through sort of your perspective on watching some of the running events and watching your teammates have such excellent performances?
Absolutely. I mean, as you can tell, my voice is pretty gone. So I think knowing,
I love it.
like when I heard that we had basically won the meet because NAU was pulling out of the 5K, like it was just complete cheerleader zone, like 4x4 absolutely screaming our heads off on the rail next to the track. So I think it's like super surreal, like knowing that we have secured this win and knowing that I can just be the biggest cheerleader out there for everybody else who's still competing.
The other great photo I thought was the photo, Tilde, of you and Juliana Gandolfi after the 400-meter hurdles. Her face when she saw your time was amazing. I mean, she's like, really? What? That's really what the time was? So just take me through your race, though. I mean, you shattered the record and you won the race by multiple seconds. So how were you able to put it together in such fine fashion?
That's honestly a good question, and I'm still kind of shocked. And like the pictures after the race says it all. Like it was just disbelief. I was just getting in the blocks before the race, probably with not a single thought in my head. I just was like obviously I was going for gold and I felt really good, but the whole race just felt like any practice rep or like any race I've done this season. It was like definitely really smooth and clean, and I crossed the finish line and knowing that it was a good race, but then seeing the time, it was honestly just unreal. Like I had to like check in with Julia, my teammate, to just like confirm that she was seeing what I was seeing, that like that is the actual time that we are both seeing, 55:84. And yeah, it was honestly just so much joy at that point. It was such a relief.
Based on your training leading up to it, did you feel like you had that time in you, or did you feel like you could go low?
I felt like I could do something like that, like mainly depending on my like 400 open time that I ran 2 weeks ago. That was like that showed that I could run a faster 400 hurdle time, but I did not think that I was going to do it like on such a rainy day that day. No, definitely not. I did not think that.
How do you manage just the load that you had? I mean, you're running on relay, you're doing high jump, you're doing multiple hurdles races. How do you sort of physically and mentally prepare to handle that much, exertion during a weekend?
Yeah, so I really went in to the weekend knowing that this is going to be a long, tough weekend, and I'm really going to have to do a good like recovery in between events, fuel well, sleep well, hydrate well, all that. And I think I managed to do that pretty good. And then I definitely was tired, but somehow I still felt really good, probably because I was really excited to run and to just do it as a team effort. And I think that honestly was what made me go through it.
Caroline, we'll get to some of your outstanding marks as well, but what did you think of Tilde's performance being? Because it's pretty cool to watch a freshman do this and score 25 points in a conference championship.
Yeah, we were watching their race before warming up for the 200, and when she crossed the line and we saw the time, there was like 8 of us going to warm up, and we were just shook. We were so surprised. Not that we didn't think that she could do it, but just to see that time on that track with the load of the weekend it was so amazing. And she won by so much. It was like 30 meters. And so just to see her do that and get a time that could get her to nationals and kind of put Montana State on the board was really exciting.
Well, take me through your Saturday, because I thought, I said this on the show leading up to it, I thought if I was giving you like the 10 races to watch, I thought the women's 400 was certainly going to be one of the races to watch because of all the great athletes, especially, from Montana too, right? I mean, you guys have several, the Grizz have several as well. So just tell me about just sort of your mindset going into that specific race and what did it mean to you to come out on top of the championship?
Yeah. I was really nervous going in. I knew that I wanted to get my points for the team, and there were a couple of Grizz girls that have had some good times leading up to the weekend. And so I was just going in to compete, and I think that's kind of when I enter my flow state and when I'm not trying to get a time, I'm just going out there to compete and to win, and that's kind of when I do the best. So I just was running for the team. I feel like I was just so excited to run. I was nervous, but it was really exciting to get a gold and after indoor too. So yeah, it was really fun.
Jewelry Design Center. We want to be your jeweler for life.
Town & Country Foods is proud of its tradition of providing excellent customer service and quality groceries at an affordable price. Town & Country Foods is proud to be locally owned and operated across the state of Montana, and they are proud to support Montana State Athletics. Town & Country Foods is 100% employee owned, and they have 9 locations serving towns throughout Montana. Town & Country Foods is in Bozeman, Belgrade, Helena, Livingston, Lewistown, Billings, and in Dillon. Their focus is on great food at a great price with a huge selection of organic and natural foods. For more information, visit tncfoods.com.
You would be hard-pressed to find more experienced attorneys when it comes to major felonies, sex crimes, attempted homicides, anything like that, because between Nathan and I and Megan and the rest of the attorneys in the office, we just have a ton of experience in those types of cases. And a lot of that comes from the background of prosecution. So Nathan was a prosecutor in the Marine Corps. I was a felony prosecutor down in Beaverhead County. So we did every possible felony there is. Trial experience when it comes to that. Did attempted homicide trials back in Indiana and other major felonies. What I would say to potential clients why they should reach out to us is I think we separate ourselves from the competition when it comes to communication with our clients, transparency. A lot of people get an attorney and they won't hear from them for 6 months or something like that, and that's the biggest complaint that we hear is communication with clients. And I think we separate ourselves in that way. And then as far as results, all you got to do is go to our website. I think we would put our results up against anybody here in the state when it comes to what we're able to do. And at the end of the day, I mean, justice is the goal, but there's also a lot of mitigating factors out there for people that, hey, 99% of people out there made a mistake, want to own up to it, and want to take responsibility. The 1%, that's a different conversation. But yeah, I think we're in a great position to offer a ton of services for clients.
Well, certainly fun to watch, no doubt. Montana State Women's Track and Field, the Big Sky Outdoor Champions for the first time since 2003, and the first team other than NAU and Sac State to win the title in those 23 years. A trio of standouts joining us here on 102.9 ESPN Radio, as well as SWX Montana Television and the ESPN MT app.
I think it was my fifth attempt, but yeah.
Fifth attempt, okay. But I mean, were you feeling like you needed to uncork one? And just to sort of take me through that sequence, knowing that you sort of needed a big one to get on top of the podium.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, I was not even set to go into finals coming into my third throw. Like, I think I was going in 12th, and I think knowing that I've been put in that position before, like I've put myself with two scratches on in a big meet and like having to hit that third throw to make finals. So I think that was just something that I'm used to, and I was able to hone in and put one out there on my third throw, and then knowing that I could build off that. Hitting that big throw on my fifth one, it meant a lot because I definitely had some nerves about not being able to put up my points for the team. But then securing that was super nice, and then of course we hit lightning delay before my last throw, so that wasn't the best timing. But then we came back out, and I scratched my sixth throw, but I mean it didn't matter because the fifth one was far enough, so that was super exciting.
Well, and how about your record-breaking shot put throw? I know that was sort of in the mix coming into this meet, but you were able to get it done and broke an all-time record. So, what did it mean to you to throw that, and what went into sort of breaking that mark?
Yeah, I mean absolutely. I think the energy that was there between Emma and Maggie and just creating the energy around shot put. I mean, I definitely had a very large cheer section just because I'm from there and we don't live far, and that was super helpful, super exciting. Like, I know a lot of people don't see shot put as like, oh my gosh, this event is so cool. Like, and so it's super nice to be able to have that energy there and be able to build off that between throws, and having Emma there with me to do it, and Maggie, and just everybody putting up points for the team.
Well, I think shot put's cool. I love the shot put. I love watching you throw, and all of the different throwers in the Big Sky for sure. What did you think of Easton Hadelberg? Because he also came up big and sort of stamped his outstanding sophomore year, indoor champion and outdoor champion. So, what did you think of just his performance?
That was an absolutely insane throw, and that's definitely something he's been building towards. Like, we've seen it in practices, we've seen it in meets, he just hasn't been able to save them. So I think that was very well deserved, and it's been months coming and building on that throw. So that's super cool that he was able to pull that off at conference.
Well, also a cool tie that the last time Montana State won this championship, Jen Allen was an outstanding thrower for the Bobcats, and now here she is, throws coach for MSU. So obviously I'm sure this means a ton to her as well, but how much do you think she's just influenced you? I mean, the throws were so good. You guys scored so many points. Genevieve Lynch winning the hammer throw as well. So how much do you think Jen Allen has helped sort of influence you guys and help lead to this success?
Absolutely. She has influenced so much, like, she has instilled so much passion in us for this sport and for throwing, and she's an amazing human, and that makes us want to be better. And I think, like, having her there while we're creating these moments for ourselves is something that not a lot of people get to experience. Like, being able to break her records that she has when she was here and having her be the one to coach us to do that, I think that's something super special.
Well, it's very cool. Tilde, you got to tell us about sort of your path to Montana State. You're from Sweden, right? Yeah, so tell us about how MSU landed on your radar, how you made your way to Bozeman.
Yeah, so I'm not sure I even knew like where Montana was on the map, and definitely not Bozeman. I'd never heard of it. I was just like talking to different schools through like a recruiting agency kind of that helped me get in contact with coaches, and I talked to Coach Peck on a call, and it sounded very interesting. He talked about like a lot of the good sprinter girls, like Caroline, one of them, and just sharing their really good times and the 4x4 and all that. And then I was on a call with some of the sprinter girls, and I just really enjoyed talking to them, and they seemed like amazing people. And yeah, it was just I had a good gut feeling about this place. So yeah.
Did your freshman year, I mean, you're obviously a driven athlete, but did it live up to expectations? I mean, what were some of your goals coming in, and did you expect to have like this level of a performance your first outdoor season?
No, definitely not. This is so beyond any expectations I could ever have. Like, I did have high expectations because I wanted this year to be really good, and I expected to perform well, but it's also so much new coach, new training, new part of the world. Like, I was expecting to maybe have a year where I needed to just get used to this kind of training, but I feel like I just fit right into the training and to the team, and I felt so welcome, and it's only just been such a great year, and I feel like everything's worked so well for me. So I'm truly so happy that I committed to Montana State.
Well, very cool, and I'm sure the Bobcats are very happy to have you as well. Caroline, take us through to sort of the build of the program, because I mean, you guys, like you said, you've been right here, you've been competitive, knocking on the door. But what do you think have been the factors that have sort of gone into making this awesome team, like you guys always talk about, and rooting each other on and sort of spurring each other on? What has gone into that, and how are you guys been able to build this awesome program?
Yeah, I think track is interesting because it's co-ed, so you have men and women, but then also we're all on one team, but we have all different events. So, realistically, we're not spending much time with the throwers during practices. But I think everyone in different event groups on the women's team has made an effort to be intentional about knowing each other's times and goals and when they're competing and talking about winning championships and being there for each other outside of practices. And I think that's really contributed to the team environment and made it possible for us to be this, I think, talented and driven and able to win a championship like this.
Popular demand, two of the Treasure State's favorite sons will host a series of youth football camps across Montana this summer. Fresh off leading Montana State to its first national championship game in 41 years, Taco Dowler and Adam Jones have decided to run it back at Montana State. Part of their desire to stay in Montana stems from being able to influence and inspire the next generation of Bobcats. Jones and Dowler will host 5 camps across the state in the month of June. The duo will be in Missoula, June 6th, Billings, June 13th, Butte, June 21st, Great Falls, June 27th, and Helena, June 28th. Athletes between the ages of 6 and 14 of all skill levels are welcome to sign up. Dowler and Jones will be accompanied by their Bobcat teammates, providing coaching and positive mentorship for the kids. Each camper receives a camp shirt, water bottle, snack, Gatorade, plus the opportunity to earn custom prizes personally selected by Adam and Taco. There will also be specific time carved out for autographs from all the Bobcats, and merchandise will also be available. If you'd like to sign up for these summer football camps, visit tacoandadamsummerfootballcamps.com. The Taco and Adam football camps are proudly presented by Taco Treat and Yellowstone Law.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road, pump it up, oh yeah.
It also seems to be a sense of belief that there's a lot out there for Montana State. I mean, to me, I think the ceiling in track and field is as high as any sport that exists right now in the state of Montana. Do you guys see that?
Yeah. I think trackflation is a real thing, and I think fortunately our team is contributing to it too. I think this is the most talented team that Montana State has ever had, and I think we've proven that through winning the championship, and it's been really exciting to have that. And I think every year we've gotten better. We've been able to get better recruits, and it's just continued to contribute to the team environment and to the performances.
Well, this is not it for you guys. All you ladies get to continue competing in various events. So, first, Caroline, you can start. How do you sort of turn the page? I mean, you're on cloud 9 right now, but now you kind of have to reset for the regional. So, how do you sort of balance enjoying it and sort of soaking it in, but also getting ready for an elevated level of competition?
Yeah, this year feels different for me because I'm a senior. So I think this weekend was really bittersweet because I was wrapping up the final moments with the entire team, and that's really my favorite part of track is having that whole team environment. So it definitely moves on in this next 2 weeks to more emphasis on individual performances. And so I'm really excited to be able to run the 400 and compete against some of the best in the nation and in the West, and hopefully finish out my track career on a high and get some more PRs, some more school records, and hopefully qualify for more levels.
Sydney, how about for you? What sort of goals do you have going into the regional, and how do you sort of reset your mindset going into your next competition?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's definitely like a time to take for winning that championship and celebrating and like being in awe of it. And then I think there's a time to like lock back in and dial in training, and I think that starts today with practice and lift today, like going back at it, knowing that I have a couple work sessions that I can build on, and then, I mean, I have to be able to hit that big throw in 3 throws at regionals because you don't get finals. So I think I've put myself in a good position to be in that top flight, and I think that's really going to help me build off that conference championship and just go into the 3 throws knowing what I can do.
Tilde, how about for you? What are some of your goals going into regionals?
Yeah, first of all, just making it through day 1. I'm gonna take every race by itself, but then definitely, like, the big goal is to qualify for nationals with like both the 4x4 and the 400 hurdles is the goal.
Well, while we got you, you got to tell me the Swedish pronunciation of your name, because you gave me the grace to say the American pronunciation, but you got to say it because there's no way I can replicate this, just so that in case your parents or anybody else hear it, we got it right.
Okay, so it's Tilde Bjerager.
Very good. I could never replicate that, but a beautiful Swedish accent for sure. Anything else you guys have to add just about this moment for you guys in the program, or just how this is sort of settling in and sinking in for you?
I mean, I think it's just setting a new standard. Like, we could build off this every year to come, and we have amazing recruits coming in, so this won't be our last championship.
Well, it's pretty awesome, and a good job by all of you involved with Montana State women's track and field. It was a very fun and a thrilling afternoon to watch on Saturday as it came down to it. But great job. We appreciate you for spending some time with us, and best of luck at the regionals.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you.